state your name for the record.
Yes, my name is Cheryl Delostrinos.
And tell me about your experience as a teaching artist with Art Corps.
Yeah, so I've been teaching with Arts Corps since October, so since fall quarter at Lehigh Meadowbrook up in Lake City. I have a group of anywhere between like 5 to 20 students in a class. I teach once a week. Kids ages 5 to about 14. I love working for Arts Corps. I think that as a teaching artist, being able to have the freedom to build my own curriculum, but then also to try out different ways of teaching my medium. So I'm a dancer. I'm a trained dancer, but I would say that my class that I teach is movement research, and I feel like the Arts Corps space has allowed me to continue to grow as a movement research artist, because I very much build my curriculum based off of what the kids want, and then being able to pull from tools that I've used within a normal studio structured dance class, but then also pull from tools that I've learned as a choreographer or as a professional artist in this city, and then also just from things that I'm interested in at the moment. So if I'm interested in drawing or music, I'm able to present those tools or to the kids in a dance class, and just try it out, and start building a curriculum that is specialized for that specific class and for those students.
So tell me about the inspiration for the maps.
Yeah, so okay, I have a couple things to show you. These were made by my kids a couple days ago. So I actually I went to a choreography workshop in New York, and I had the chance to work with a choreographer named Doug Verone, who is, one of my favorite choreographers, and also is, just brilliant. He's won a couple Tonys for his work, and it was such a privilege and an honor to be able to work closely with him. So I spent a week learning all of these choreographic tools to create dance works within a concert setting, and I decided to take that toolbox that I had gained from that experience and try some things out with the kids. So I had the kids draw maps, pathway maps, and I used Candyland as a model or an example to start building a pathway. So that was kind of the only restriction, is that it had to be a pathway. It had to have a start and a finish. But within this pathway, anything can happen. And so the kids spent about an hour in detailed drawings of their pathway. So this one is from one of my students. His name is Robel. He is 8 years old, and he immigrated from Eritrea about 2 years ago. It's his first dance class, and he's somebody that consistently has shown up to every class since I've been there. So this is Robel's. It's very abstract. I'll just take you through a couple of his pathways. Here, I don't know if you can see that. That's this is his the first step of his feelings. So that's the feelings pathway, and it takes you through Seattle, which is, I don't know if you can see that, but it's sun blocked by sun blocked. And then he started writing some Chinese words and explained to me that this was representing like learning different languages and how English is a second language for him, and he's also really interested in learning Chinese. Pathway comes down and around and kind of ends up at this home where he says resembles like his home in Eritrea, with like lots of smells and like warm weather. So yeah, and then I mean, just that's a blank sheet of paper, but we have this pathway, we have this pathway, we have this pathway, and so after they created their own pathways, I had them pass their pathway to the person to the right of them, and then create a movement, like a movement pathway that represented their friends or their family members, like path, like board, and it was really. This is the first time I've ever done this, and I think it was really incredible to see them. I mean, not only get to like have freedom to just do whatever they wanted, and I literally was like, yes, please. I'm like, yes, please draw a cookie on there, and they're like, well, what if I want to draw like a burnt donut? I'm like, of course you can. That's the best idea, right? Like, with right here, one of the kids was like, I want to draw the Illuminati in my pathway, and I'm like, you know what? I think that's a brilliant idea. You draw that. Just be really intentional about where you put it and what you're putting it in between. I think just like it was really beautiful to see how they we're just super high off of like being told yes, you know, and then being able to give them this task of trying on each other's pathways. That also created this sense of camaraderie is not the right word. It's like deeper than that. Just like love for like somebody else's personal pathway and journey. And I could see that in their movement. I could because they started with such a blank sheet of paper and already felt empowered by themselves in these drawings. When we translated that to movement, I saw a change in the way that they words today. Just like the intention behind it, and like the tenderness and it was a great experiment, and it was found to be very successful.
Right. Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's up? My name is Matt Sablan. I am a classroom assistant for Totem Star, and I chose Totem Star because I attended one of these stories, and specifically for Prometheus Brown, and so I ended up meeting Pac there, and I met some of the Totem Star youth students, and found out about what they did with the studio, and so I ended up volunteering, and then just kind of stuck with the community and met a lot of great people. So I'm very happy to be where I'm at right now with it. And I'd say a favorite moment. Honestly, like I think each week there's like a different favorite moment for me. So it just kind of like manifests in a different way each week. So whether it's working with the students and like finding the right idea for the song, or like realizing when something clicks for them when they're learning. So it's really every week I'd say is a different favorite moment. So but yeah.
Cool. What inspires you to be an artist yourself?
What inspires me to be an artist myself, for me, with my art form, it's music. So I think what inspires me most is when I hear other artists doing their thing. And so when I hear other artists' music, it's something I haven't heard before. It inspires me to kind of like break out of what I'm used to doing, or try something new with my music. And to me, it's really just about the journey. And so each time that something new comes up on this journey, I just embrace it wholeheartedly and just enjoy where it takes me. So.